Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I make my easy summer poncho with a wider neck opening for that off the shoulder look that I love so much. And today I'm going to be using this Yarn Bee Soft Secret Raspberry is the color. She is 6 ounces and I will use the entire skein until I can get all the rows that I can from here. Typically I can get about 13 rows for my poncho, okay? And so I'm going to start with my center pull here, and we're going to be using a 5mm hook. I'm using this beautiful furls in the color raspberry as well, and we're going to leave a long tail for sewing at the end, and we'll make a slip knot and attach it here. And I'm going to start with a chain of 104. 1 2 3 4 5. I will get back when I have 104 and 104. Okay, so we've chained 104, and just as a reminder, this is the same exact pattern as my easy summer poncho. The only difference will be how we start. In my original pattern I started with a foundation half double crochet, and for this tutorial I want to give you the regular chaining option to make your neck opening. So you have the option of using a chain and then going back in with half double crochets, and this will also help with the wider neck and off the shoulder look. Okay, so we're going to chain 104, and I'm going to go ahead and hold that 104th chain and chain 3 more, and I'm going to go into that fourth one, 1 2 3 4th, with a double or half double crochet. And we will continue making a half double crochet all the way down. So I will see you at the end of the 104 half double crochets. Okay, we're on the last stitch with our half double crochet. Okay, so we're going to now turn our work this way and make sure that the row is completely flat. Follow it all the way to the end and go to the beginning here, and you're going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. I'm going to go ahead and chain 4, and I'll go back and hold that bottom 2 stitches together there. And I've lost my stitches, so we'll try that again. But before I do that, let me just tell you that now that she's completely attached and nice and straight here, we're gonna find our halfway point. So just fold it in half like so, and you can just put a temporary stitch marker here for now. But the way that I figure it out, we have 104 stitches. We need 2 stitches, 1 for each of the increases. So then that leaves us with 102 stitches. So we should have half of 102 is 51. So we should have 51 stitches on this side and 51 stitches on this side. So if you want to go ahead, just count 51 stitches, and that's where you will place your center stitch marker. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here, and it'll be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 12 14 16 18 20 30 40 51. Look at that, nailed it. Okay, I've done so many of these. All right, so now we can start the pattern, and we're gonna switch hooks now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use a 6mm hook for this one. The only 6 I have is my Odyssey, so we'll switch to my Odyssey, and we're gonna chain 4. So that was 1 already, 2 3 4. We're going to yarn over twice and insert the hook into the same stitch with a treble. Okay, and we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do 2 more trebles all into the same space. Yarn over twice, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That's 1 treble. Yarn over twice, go in the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And that completes our increase. We will only have 2 increases, one in the beginning and one at the end, or sorry, in the middle. So one in the front and one in the back of the poncho, okay, where we put the other stitch markers. So we're going to chain 3 now. And this is the same as the other poncho. If you already have done my poncho before, from here on out, you just continue to do what you've done in the past. But I'm going to continue to show you how I make my poncho here for the next 3 rows, okay? So after this increase here, we're going to skip the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, and into that 4th, we're going to yarn over twice into the 4th, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Okay, that's our treble. Yarn over twice, make another treble. Okay, and that's going to be the repeat. Okay, we're going to chain 3, yarn over twice, we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th, make 2 trebles. Okay, so here's 1 and here's 2. Okay, so continue this way until you get to that center stitch mark, and I'll tell you what to do when we get there. Okay, we're almost at the center here. I'm chaining 3. Here's my stitch marker. Okay, make sure that you skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th, yarn over twice. And here we're going to make our increase, so we're going to make 2 trebles. Here's 1 treble, 2 trebles, chain 3, yarn over twice, and make 2 more trebles all into the same stitch. Here's 1 and here's 2. Okay, and you can use this stitch marker to remind you that this will always be an increase here if you need it. Okay, and after this we're going to chain 3, and we will continue, yarn over twice and skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th with 2 trebles. Continue the same way as we have been, and I'll see you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm making my last 2 trebles here. Okay, and we're going to chain 3. Okay, and we're going to go now, this is the end of our row here. We're going to go to that first chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch on the top of that 4th chain, okay, which is right here. And then we will slip stitch into the next treble, the top of that next treble, which is these 2 stitches right there. And then we will slip stitch into the center of that increase, and we're all done. Okay, so we're ready to start our next row. There we go. So one thing you want to do at this point is make sure that you have the same number of clusters on both sides of those increases. So for example, here's my increase, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I have an increase. So I should have 12 on this side. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then our increase. So we're doing good. Okay, so row 2 will be our repeat row. So I'm gonna do this last row to show you how to complete the poncho. We're gonna chain 1, 2, 3, and 4 to represent our first treble. Okay, we're gonna yarn over twice and go into the space with another treble. We're gonna chain 3. We're gonna yarn over twice and make 2 more trebles. Oops. Into that same space. So here's 1 and 2. Okay, so we repeated our treble. So from here on out, we don't have to chain 3 or skip 3 or any of that. Well, we do have to chain 3, but we don't have to skip 3. So we're going to chain 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go immediately into the first space after our increase into this next space. So yarn over twice, go in there with 2 trebles. There's our second. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Okay, and we're going to continue to chain 3 and go into the spaces. Chain 3, go into the space, chain 3 and go into the space. And you will do that until you have the desired amount of rows that you need for your poncho. For me, I do 13 rows, or until my 6-ounce skein runs out. Okay, so 2 trebles, chain 3, and we'll go into the next space with 2 more trebles. Okay, and the second treble here. Okay, and continue doing that all around until you get to the center, and don't forget to make your increase right there, and then continue the same way all around, and continue making rows until you have 13 rows. I will see you at the end of 13 rows. So this is my completed poncho. I went ahead and made 13 rows, and just weave in your tail and you're done. It's super easy, super fun. She's off the shoulder now. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Happy crocheting.